guys, welcome back to my channel. This is officially the beginning of my season 2, the first episode. I have my friend Alyssa here.
Hey.
We are talking about red flags when it comes to men. He's just not that into you. We're gonna do a little Q&A. She and I actually had a conversation about, our own experiences when it comes to guys who we were constantly making excuses for, creating relationships in our head. What else?
We talked about a lot of shit.
We did. We really did.
Oh, wait, can I cuss?
We're getting it together. But, okay. I feel like women, we kind of have our intuition speaks to us and we ignore it.
Yep.
Just because we want a different outcome. And then my sister says that when we chase after guys who say they don't want a relationship, we really don't want a relationship ourselves. Why would we keep chasing somebody who doesn't want what we want? Why are we trying to convince somebody that they should be in a relationship with us? Why do we have to convince somebody that, we're worthy of that?
Right.
And it's just weird.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, I keep attracting emotionally unavailable men. I'm almost certain that I'm emotionally unavailable. And it took a long time for it to click, though.
It
did
does.
not click.
It's like a harsh reality.
It don't click automatically because that has been a pattern for me. I was telling you, that's been my pattern for a long time.
No, literally.
Years at that. And when you chase these men, you're basically saying, I don't know my worth. I'm not confident. I don't know that I could meet someone better. That's what you're doing to yourself. Every time you chase a nigga that don't want you and that has explicitly said, I don't want these things, you're supposed to dip automatically.
Exactly.
You're supposed to dip as soon as you hear those words. It's not for you to be like, oh baby, let me hold on.
Yeah, let me chase more, let me put more effort in.
But the ego don't want to hear that.
It is your ego. That is exactly what it is.
It's like, oh no, he don't want me. Well, what did I do?
Yeah, why am I not good enough? Or
right.
what does this person have that I don't have?
Let me overcompensate. When really you're trying to control this person, which is why he is no longer in your grasp.
Right. And trying to force something else.
Trying to force it and it just don't work and it don't fit.
Really? After situations, I feel like I always ask myself these questions and, they change depending on my experience, but it all kind of really ties into the same thing. Ooh, do you feel like he's learning you?
I'm trying to, which man should I go off of?
Go off of one that you felt like you really wanted, but...
There are two in my mind that come to my brain. I'll use the most recent because it is still fresh to me and raw. I felt like he was to an extent. He would learn little things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you like to read.
Just the basic stuff.
The obvious things. Obvious things that everyone knows about me that I've already put in the atmosphere. Now, what I think your question means, is he learning me on a deeper level?
And
in my opinion, no. Was he? No. But I don't. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. Because
if you were, the communication would have been better.
Exactly. And you would know how I communicate, how I deal with certain situations. If I needed space, if we get into an argument, what my silence means,
But he could probably say the same thing. She not learning me, bro. But I was more willing if we would have talked.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely more open to it. But, you kind of kept a certain wall up because you didn't want to get to know me on that level. So, that's fine. Whatever.
But, everybody got their own shit going on,
They do.
So.
They do, but I don't like when people try to use that as an excuse.
Right,
I agree. Because, for the most part, if I'm going through something, if I'm involved with somebody that I'm legitimately interested in, there's a good chance that person is going to be the first person that I contact or want to talk to when I'm going through something, depending on the extent of the situation. But
some people like to isolate when they go through things.
Exactly.
And That goes hand in hand with learning your partner, learning how to move if you really want them to know who you are.
Exactly. And respecting their space if that's what they need to do. They're not the type of person who wants to talk about it. Okay, I understand. I'm going to give you your time. You come to me when you're ready. Do you think about who initiates contact first and the most?
With my most recent, when it was when we were heading on the downhill, I felt like it was me. But in the beginning, it was balanced.
Yeah.
We were in sync in the beginning until we weren't. Like the previous dude before him, he initiated everything. And I always wondered if that got on his nerves.
Like always trying to, I feel like, I don't even know if this sounds like the gender roles are sexist in a way, but I feel like the guy is supposed to, you know, he is supposed to be the chaser.
Right.
He's supposed to, you know, come after you. You're obviously going to show interest back, and it's not going to be like no serious one-sided, like you have to do all of this every single time. But like, you court the woman, you are, you know, trying to woo me, so you put that in, I will show it back by giving you my time and my mind and body.
I mean, I agree to an extent. I feel like, yes, the man is the chaser, but at the same time, why not send him a cute little text or call? You know, I don't have an issue with doing that. At first I did. At first I felt like I'm never supposed to pick a man up. Meanwhile, I miss him. Like, that makes no sense.
Why not let him know I'm thinking about him?
Right. So, like, as I started, like, getting older and started dating more, I was like, well, you know, a man would want to know if you're thinking of him, too.
Well, let me take mine back then.
Nah, don't be trying to take it back.
In the beginning.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean. I'm talking about, like, as things progress with that man. Like, I don't have a problem reaching out. Now, if I'm doing it a lot, then I have an issue with that.
Yeah, agreed. What type of guy is he? And does he disappear for a certain amount of time? Does he need to isolate to recharge? Like, do you know that about him? Instead of you being like, why haven't you talked to me in this amount of time and blah, blah, blah? Or do you understand, like, you know, he might need some time to himself? Or are you looking for him to communicate that all the time?
Okay, so that's a very long-winded.
You're like, what question was it?
That was a lot of questions in one. Okay, so for me, I am naturally the communicator. I like communication. Bless you. I prefer it. I feel like, what the fuck are we doing if we can't talk? How else will we grow and learn if we're not talking? So I had a guy, we were on and off for like 4 years, and one of the years he ghosted me. In my mind, do I really want a man that does that?
Right.
No, I don't. I mean, I went back for a little bit because I had to, you know, you gotta go through it to realize that, you know, this is bringing me pain, not pleasure. And I get it. Everything don't have to be peaches and cream, but you also don't have to ghost me for a year.
Yeah.
And his reasonings were stupid to me. And ultimately I never got over that, and you know, now we just don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Because who would want to pursue something with a man that does that?
Exactly.
Instead of communicating that to me, and we could work through, hey, I'm having a rough time, I'm depressed,
yeah,
whatever you got going on.
I'm going through something.
Like, I get it, not everyone is there, emotionally vulnerable there. But damn, let me know something. How else am I supposed to know what's going on with you?
I can't read your mind.
Besides you just ghosting for a year. You know, like, that's not, you're not even being a good friend to me. If that's what you call a good friend, no, I'm good on you.
Even outside of the whole relationship, romantic feelings or whatever, like, you are still building a friendship. And so it's like, you know, I mean, can I even trust you with certain emotions? Are you gonna be there for me? Like,
yeah, and vice versa. Allowing me to be there for you.
Exactly, giving me
and
that
that's an issue. You're not even giving me the chance to be there for you and for you to lean on me because you already took that off the table.
Right, exactly.
And to me, that's a red flag.
It is. It really is. And it's just
it took a long time for me to see it.
It shows that they're emotionally unavailable, just like you said.
Which has been my pattern for years, but I'm breaking out of it now. Now that I'm more aware of it because it keeps repeating.
Yeah. And it's harsh, especially when you have to keep learning the same lesson over and over again.
Oh,
You're just
yeah.
like, oh, okay, I'm sick of getting my ass whooped.
Yeah, my last 2 partners are very similar. Very similar, like textbook similar.
Yeah.
Now, one might not have ghosted for a year, but they act very similar. One is just, he's just a little bit more vocal.
Yeah.
The other isn't or wasn't. It was just, yeah. I've been having the same type.
Girl. No, seriously, same. I feel like the 2 people that I was with for the longest and like the most in love with, they're exactly the same.
Yeah, that like you said, that's painful to hear, to feel, to see, to realize, because it makes you be like, oh, I'm the problem.
Yeah. It's me.
Oh,
it's me.
What you mean I ain't perfect?
Right, exactly, huh? It was them who were the toxic ones, not me.
When really, you know, I'm feeding into it. Every time, like one of my dudes from the past, the ghoster, he would, before that, he would dip in and out of my life like every 5 months or every 8 months, every 9 months. And we were doing this for 4 years.
Yeah.
Until, a few days ago. He popped up a few days ago, and we hadn't spoken since July. So what's that? 5 months, 6 months? And I'm like, I finally told him, I'm like, we gotta dead this. Like, you gotta let me go.
Yeah.
If you love me the way you say you do, you will let me go and let me go find what it is that suits me best. Because this is not it. And I told him, I said, it's not just you, it's me too. I gotta let go too.
Yeah, because I'm literally like, every single time you come back, my arms are open.
Yeah, every time he come back, my arms are open, wide as fuck. Even after he ghosted me, I went back, I told you. But now I'm just like,
When he comes back though, and like you guys talk, is he like dismissive of like how you feel?
He was apologetic.
Really? Con artist.
But that's how they do.
So really,
they give you that little piece so you can chill the fuck out and calm down, so they can get some pussy.
Exactly.
If that's the goal, or they can get your time, your energy.
No, seriously, they really
don't have to
be
sex.
Loving the power that they have over you, because you'll like put up this front. I know that I put up this front, especially with my first. I always put up the front with him. And I was like, I'm never talking to you ever again, blah, blah. I've changed my number, blocked him. He went to emailing me a whole bunch of stuff. And I still talk to him I still talk to him to this day.
See? They know what to do.
They do.
Like, so when he had ghosted me for a year, he popped up, and it was a drunk text. It was like, so you really not going to talk to me? And I'm like, and he was like, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I was drinking, blah, blah, blah. So then we didn't talk, like, we spoke, and I had the wall up.
Yeah.
And he popped up, I want to say June, my birthday. So that's what, 4 months? And so we had another conversation. But this time I was like, are you willing to talk about this in person?
Yeah.
But when you talking about it in person, you fucking really, you're not talking.
You're not.
Be like, ooh, can we talk about this in person? Next thing you know, you fucking. And that switches gears, because now everything goes out the window, because now they think you restarted.
Yeah. And
so it just solves nothing. It's a band-aid over a wound that's just not.
Ooh, this is important. How is his relationship with his mom, sisters, grandmas, the women in his family?
I typically choose men that have great relationships with their mom. So my last 2 men, they had great relationships with their moms.
Yeah.
Sisters, one didn't have any siblings, the other one did, and it was his mom had a daughter, and they were so-so.
Yeah.
So-so, they were okay. I did date a guy that didn't have a relationship with his mom, and I did that quickly. Because you're not about to take that out on me.
No, for real.
Any man that is not close with his mom, I don't even pursue from the beginning.
I've only had, I think, one guy who, I think my last relationship, he and his mom had a rocky relationship just because, like, the upbringing and everything like that. And I was like, because even how he would talk to me, like calling me out my name and all that, I was like, oh my God.
I dated a guy like that years ago. And he had called me out of my name before, and because he didn't have, his mama abandoned him completely, so he was raised by grandparents.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's not what I want. Like, I remember blocking him, and he emailed me too, and I was like,
No, you're crazy.
You crazy nigga. I'm good on you.
No, really good.
So I don't do men that don't have relationships with their mom.
Ooh, how many times do you have to tell him you don't like something that he's doing?
Good question. Probably multiple.
Exactly.
And I don't like that because now I'm nagging.
You heard me the first time.
I'm nagging now.
And all of this, and then it becomes like turn it around on you, you're crazy, you're tripping type of situation.
You're tripping.
When in reality, I'm expressing to you, you know, these are my boundaries, this is what I'm not comfortable with. And if you really cared about me, you would work on it. You would check, like, I mean, it doesn't take that much. It's not like I'm trying to change you as a person. I'm not trying to change her, but you just don't fit me. And me trying to make you fit me and express to you how I feel is hurting me.
Yeah, I don't like dismissive niggas.
I don't either. And then, like, especially when I'm repeating myself and I keep having the same conversation with you over and over again, we keep having the same argument, and then you tell me you're tired of hearing this or you're tired of, then why do you keep doing what I'm telling you I don't like you doing? I'm gonna keep bitching about it. Oh yeah,
me too. I'm gonna bring it up every time.
Every single time.
Every time you do it.
Every time. I don't like this.
I felt like in one of my past situationships, I kept bringing up like how he wasn't spending enough time, or he was always ignoring my calls or my text messages. My text messages. And he'll be like, well, you know, I thought you were understanding to it. And in my mind, I thought I was too. But nothing's changing. Nothing's changing. I'm trying to be understanding, but nothing's changing. And
he thought you were understanding to it in what way? So did he tell you that he was gonna be like, he's not really a texter?
Yeah.
And you thought you were gonna change his mind?
Probably.
Because if he tells you, they show us.
Right, and which is why I was like, well, maybe I should call you more. And he said, yeah. But even then, I would do that and I would get ignored. So it was like, wait, what's happening here? Have I turned into the suitor, like the chaser?
Yeah.
Like, it was just weird. It was a weird dynamic. It's cringy, actually.
I mean, but honestly, they'll tell us, like, in the beginning, I'm not really looking for a relationship. We'd be like, okay.
And still go along with it.
I'm not really a texter. Okay.
Right.
Then get mad because he's not texting us.
Right. It makes no sense. I know.
We definitely give them their blame and their responsibility, but we gotta kind of take responsibility and accountability ourselves, because people are gonna do for you naturally if they care about you. They'll change for you naturally if they care about you. There's nothing that you can make somebody do, especially a man who only wants one thing from you or has already put you at a level that's no more than, I just want to fuck, or I just want her to be over here while I have my fun and do whatever I'm doing. And I don't know, it shows.
It does.
It shows, and it's harsh.
Attention too.
And I mean, we've all been there. I'm not gonna sit there and say, like, when I see it, I'm like, oh, let me get up out of here, because I've definitely tried to change some minds myself, but.
Yeah, or you think that your connection is just, or you think your vibe is just that good for them to want to change.
Exactly.
When they have to want to do that themselves.
On their own.
You can't change anyone. They gotta want to do it.
Even like, what's it called? The Fat and Toby situation. When I saw that video, because I honestly don't even really know the true dynamic of their relationship, but for her to like chase him for like such a long time, when he expressed to her and told her like, Like, even in the video, he said, like, you know, I wanted a relationship, just not with you.
That hurt my feelings.
I was like, you want a relationship but not with her? And then she was like, oh, that means go harder, try harder, convince this man, and then marry him and pop out 3 of his babies.
That was embarrassing to watch.
It was really, and people are like,
I felt embarrassed.
You guys want a Fat and Tobe relationship, but don't want to do what Fat did. Absolutely not. There's niggas out here that actually like you.
You ain't about to drag me.
No, not at all. And of course, I'm sure during that time, he was probably entertaining and talking to other girls and was just like, okay, this didn't work out with her, this didn't work out with her, this didn't work out with her. Okay, well, here she is. She's always been here. She's been here for the past whatever years. She's never going to leave me alone. She's going to deal with whatever I throw at her. Let me marry her.
Because she tough and got thick skin. Fuck all that.
No, please, let me be. Leave me alone.
They thought they was in their bag with that.
No,
video.
they did.
Because it did not hit the way they intended. If anything, it made him look like an asshole.
Really? It really did.
And it made her look like a dumb bitch.
Honestly, respectfully, like,
yeah, it was no nice way for me to say
There's no nice way for you to say that, because that doesn't sound like a love story to me. It's just like
cringe.
She put him up on this pedestal and worked so hard to get there and he doesn't see her that way. Like, even she was like, when we first met, he was like, I was live. So what do you think about her? What did you think about her? She wasn't live?
And honestly, I feel like she's more live to him,
literally,
to me than him.
She is like really up here, but she doesn't see that. So she's kind of like, oh, you know, this is the best I'll ever get, and this is what I need. This is what I deserve.
He clowned the way she dressed,
literally
the way she looked, and she pretty much transformed into what he wanted. She transformed and changed her. She's probably not even herself to this day. She changed and altered the way that she was to fit a lifestyle for him that satisfied him. Are you really being true to yourself? That's weird to me. That's weird. Granted, you know, we don't know these people, but that's cringy.
That's literally what I got even just
what
from
I look like changing who I am. I mean, I get it. There are things we have to change if we want to be with the man, right? But that does not mean I gotta change my whole identity.
Exactly. There's literally somebody out there who likes the way you dress, who likes the way you look, who likes that you snore in your sleep, who likes something about you. And that's what we all honestly need to understand. There's niggas out here that actually like us and will do for us what we need and what we require, what we deserve every single day. We go through our experiences and we've chosen the wrong one before, we've, you know, slept with the wrong one before. That's perfectly fine. That's all a part of life. But that doesn't mean we have to settle.
Now, I might work a little harder to kind of see what's going to happen, you know, because I'm kind of curious, but
I'm kind of curious. Okay, let's close it up. What do you feel like you've learned and won't settle for in your next relationship?
That's really a
loaded question. It's loaded, it's deep.
For me, what I've learned, because I've been dating for a long time, and apparently I was not paying attention to nothing. I was just dating.
Yeah, just out.
But now I am learning to date with a purpose, right? So that means that off top, I'm asking, do you want to get married? Do you want to have children?
Right.
I'm asking that early because you're not about to waste my time. And now we 8 months in the game, and now we in love with each other, quote unquote. Because now we super attached, but you don't want nothing serious. So I'm asking that early. And if they don't like it, they can dip and make space for new men.
Exactly.
So that's what I've learned so far within the last year. Within the last few months.
So you're going to ask those questions in your next relationship? That's what you're going to be looking for?
Yeah, I'm asking. So I've already implemented these things too. So on these dates with these new guys, I asked them, do they want to get married? Do they want children? And I asked them about their past relationships and how long ago. Now, I noticed a pattern. Are they bad-mouthing her? Are they in love with her?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta I'm paying more attention, being more intentional.
Yeah.
Dating more intentionally instead of just being there.
Yeah.
But I also want to have fun too. So I don't want it to be an interview style. So I just kind of slide it in there in the midst of the fun. And also needing to know like what they do for a living, because I need to know.
No, yeah.
Like I went on a date recently and the dude wants to be involved in the church.
Okay,
pastor.
Okay, pastor.
Is that life for me?
No.
But I'm glad he told me that early on, because I don't want to waste nobody's time.
Exactly.
Nor do I want to waste mine.
Exactly.
Most importantly. So, what about you?
That's something I'll never get back. What have I learned? I've learned that I need to listen to my intuition more. And I know when I'm unhappy with something, and I be having these conversations with myself. I know when I'm unhappy with something, and when I'm unhappy with something and I talk to myself about it the first time, that is when I need to go. That is when I need to, especially if I've communicated and I've done everything I need to do on my end to try to rectify the situation or make it better, and he is not on the same tip, we're not on the same wavelength, that's perfectly fine. We're not obligated. We don't have any obligations to each other. You don't owe me anything. I've given you this. I've said my piece. I'm going to go.
I agree. I can relate to ignoring my intuition because I remember dating a guy, and I remember hearing something about him within the first week.
Yeah.
Like, this dude is not it.
Yeah.
And I continued for months. And like certain things would happen again, and I would hear that, that voice, and I ignored it again. So I have to get better. My body be knowing.
No, for real. Honestly, even like the people around you know too.
But you still have to learn on your own.
It'll be like
trust the messages I get.
Seriously, because even like the last relationship that I was in, my mom was telling me that I was unhappy about something and like sharing my space and something like that. And I, caught an attitude and I wanted to ignore her, but she was right. Like literally, like I wasn't happy, and instead of like letting the people around me, my people, my friends, be the voice, I was like trying to be combative and trying to change that and make it be like, no, this is good. This is the relationship I'm supposed to be in. And
like, why do we try to convince ourselves
literally
that that's something that we want when we can clearly feel it?
Yeah.
Right? You can feel it, you can see it, you're just not paying attention.
I think it's like just the fact that it'll be like we're taking a loss. We don't like taking L's behind it, like, another failed situation, another failed relationship. I've already given my energy, I've already given my body, like,
trying to save face too.
Yeah, literally, it's embarrassing. Like, and you probably like painted this picture of you and this person in a perfect situation to the people around you when you really know that it's not that.
It is painful out here in these streets.
No, it is, and it hurts. It stings for sure. But cutting it off and having that good hurt or good cry there is way better than letting it drag on for months or years.
Imagine getting pregnant by that person.
Exactly.
That would take everything we saying to a whole nother level.
No, for real. Because then like you will be heartbroken because I'm sure 9 times out of 10 he's not going to want the family that you want. And then you are going to kind of project all of that onto the child. And
then postpartum.
That's no joke.
That's why I'm grateful to have made it out without a kid from these past situations.
Even though they are definitely blessings, I can't wait to have children of my own.
Yeah,
but with the right partner, like I'm very much.
Y'all be having babies with anybody.
Anybody just out here pregnant just to be a baby. No offense, but really though,
no
like,
shade.
Are you really like? Look at him. Sex will not make him love you, and a baby won't make him stay. I promise.
Won't.
It just won't.
People find out the hard way though.
They do.
I don't need a kid to learn that way.
I definitely don't. Me having a baby by you isn't going to change how you are. Me having a baby by you isn't going to stop you from cheating or telling me that you don't want to be with me. It just, now it brings a third person into the situation that we both have to look after.
Complex.
Then I'm gonna have to, you know, try to make you take care of this. Like I have to make you try to text me back. I have to make you bring this child diapers.
I'm good on that.
I'm great on it, please. All right, y'all. You guys have heard us go on and on and on. Definitely let us know what you think. I will be leaving, she has a podcast, so I'll definitely be leaving her handles and her podcast down in the description box below. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know about your experiences. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye, y'all. Testers 1, 2, 3. What's up? It's giving. It's giving what it's supposed to give.